Hi guys, so I'm Varun. Some of you may know me, some of you don't. I'm from Gyaan Professional Academy. We started in 2011 and it's been a beautiful 5 years of our journey. Now we are being associated with tuition.in to start our online classes. Our classes will be available simultaneously at the time that they are happening at our institute. This will be beneficial for those who are in Hyderabad as well as outside Hyderabad. Those in Hyderabad who cannot travel all the way to our academy, and those who are outside Hyderabad for obvious reasons. So I'm here today to discuss about the CA course and what are the stages. So primarily when you talk about CA, there are 3 levels in CA: CPT, IPCC and final. Of course, this is something that most of you know, but just to get a clarity on those who are starting off their courses. As far as CPT is concerned, it is a multiple choice question format wherein there are 4 papers, 200 marks, and the student is required to score 100 to qualify the CPT test. Now the 4 papers are obviously accounts, which is carrying 60 marks, mercantile law, which is carrying around 40 marks, maths and stats, which is carrying 50 marks, and economics, which is carrying 50 marks. So total 200. Now there is negative marking of 0.25, so the student has to be careful if he doesn't know the answer. Now once he qualifies his CPT, then he goes on to the IPCC level. Now at IPCC, there are 2 groups, group 1 and group 2. In group 1, there are 4 papers: accounts 1, taxation, costing and financial management, and law. As far as each of the papers is concerned, all are 100 marks. In group 2, there are 3 subjects, that is accounts 2, that is also called as advanced accounts, auditing, and ITSM, that is information technology and strategic management. Each of these papers also carry 100 marks and therefore 300 marks. Now for a person who is attempting, he can attempt either only group 1 or only group 2 or both the groups. But one thing should be taken care of: you must qualify group 1 in order to commence your articleship. Now what is the pass requirement? Simply speaking, in each of the papers a student is required to get 40 minimum, and in an aggregate he is supposed to get 50. So if it's attempting group 1, in each of the papers of group 1 he is supposed to get 40 and he must get an aggregate of 200. At group 2, he must get in each of the papers 40 and in aggregate out of the 300 marks he must get 150. However, if he is attempting group 1 and group 2 simultaneously, then in each of the papers he must get 40, in an aggregate he must get 350. So the advantage of writing both the groups together, depending on if there is a surplus in one group, it can be carried forward to the second group. Now once you qualify your IPCC, you obviously head on to the period of 3 years, which is your articleship. This is where you actually learn of what a chartered accountant actually does. You have a practical experience of what is audit, what is taxation, what is corporate law, what is compliance, how to acquire a client, how to maintain a client, how to make sure that your responsibilities are carried forward, how to delegate work to your juniors, how to receive work from your seniors, how to maintain discipline. All this is taught, or should I say experienced, in this beautiful period of 3 years. Now after this period of 3 years, you can go on to your CA final. Your CA final, remember, can be attempted only once you finish both the groups, that is group 1 and group 2 of IPCC. Now at CA final level, you also have 2 groups, group 1 and group 2. Each of the groups has 4 papers. The same criteria: in minimum per subject is 40 marks and an aggregate of 50%. Now apart from these 3, that is CPT, IPCC and final, there is an orientation program that the ICAI conducts. This orientation program is taken after you finish your IPCC, before you enter your after you finish your CPT, before you enter the IPCC. Apart from this orientation program, you have the ITT program. There are two, ITT1 and ITT2. ITT1 is prior to commencement of your articleship, and ITT2 is prior to completion of your articleship. So, there is one ITT program before you commence articleship, there is another ITT program before you complete your articleship. And finally, there are GMCS courses, that is General Management and Communication Skills. Obviously, this is an initiative by the ICAI to ensure that people who qualify, the students who qualify, are good at their communication skills, which is very important in today's world. So, there are two GMCS, the GMCS 1 and GMCS 2. GMCS 1 is primarily once you finish your group 1 and you start your articleship, and GMCS 2 is after you finish 18 months of your articleship. However, GMCS 2 can be completed even after you finish your CA final, but remember, you have to complete GMCS 2 in order to become a member of the ICAI. So, in short, there are three levels, CPT, IPCC and final. There is one orientation program, there are two ITT programs, and there are two GMCS programs. So, all the best for your future endeavor. And as far as the CA course is concerned, I wouldn't say it is simple, but yes, hard work will get you through. All the best.